Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Lock him up. His neck is thin. Won't need much rope. So I guess we're going back to Baker Street.
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they're still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang?
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
How will you do that?
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
Oh, Wiggins.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Jesus, you're an ugly
Wiggins,
bastard.
I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous lawyer.
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
How does that...
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
Yeah, Wiggins.
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Mr. Nelligan
Thank
has
you.
killed
I'll be there
himself. Alright, finding the crew. And now we must go to the yard. Ah, Lestrade.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
Glad to see you too.
As
I hope.
always. What happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley. I'm thinking that this case will be resolved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes, he refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at the time of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Was he now?
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence room, at your disposal. Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
God, we're such an asshole. Alright, let's see what this letter has to say. Uh-huh.
These are the suspect's belongings.
The bits.
Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5.
9.5, alright. The pin. Nothing.
A pen. Nothing unusual about it.
Except it's filled with cyanide.
The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals.
Now back to my place then. Let's go talk to this Hurley. Son of a bitch. There you are.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Yes. Interrogation.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
Precisely, and considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me. It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are, and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see.
Let's look to the man. Okay. Oh. It's an old scar. Handkerchief with a crested tit? Why? I knew it was the wife. Plant remains. Ah, the Gardner. A Gardner's hands.
That's all for now.
I shall go back, compare the boots. The boots. So now, Hurtley is a stranger who was arrested by the police as a suspicious individual seen prowling around at night near Woodman's Lee. He's a former soldier who left the military with an honorable discharge after having been wounded in the neck by shrapnel. Holy shit. Now he lives a quiet life working as a gardener for the Careys, who are immensely wealthy now due to the bonds. But the wife wanted it all for herself, and she was having an affair with that man. Aha, they match.
These boots match the footprints exactly.
Alright. A crested tit. Same as this woman. Confess!
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
No, I don't know anyone by that name.
Thank you, madam.
She looked away, so that means that she does know. Back to my house. All right, let's see. What is he trying to hide? Okay. Well, back to Baker Street. Perhaps we will have found the sailors yet. The deductions are there, though. Aha. Let's see what this is. Unexplained presence. Liam Hurtley's boots matched the footprints at Women's Lee, thus proving that he was there. Judith Carey denies that he was their gardener. Uh-huh. But he has the hands of a gardener. I don't know, it's...
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
I need to use the chemicals. Ah, the analysis table.
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction.
Shit.
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
Okay.
No, something isn't right. I need to start the reaction from the beginning again.
Shit. So, hold on.
First condition, all 7 reagents should be used. Second condition, orange reagent should be the third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless reagent should be added after the orange reagent.
So, after the blue reagent, so it should be blue. Green. Blue? Orange. Colorless? Orange? Colorless.
Done. Now I can proceed further.
Okay.
Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery. I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting.
I beg you to
How would
reconsider.
Hurley react to this?
I blah, and remember our vows. I have done nothing dishonorable for which you, me. So, Nelligan. Remember our vows. They both had the crested tit. What was the crested tit about, though, with her? Oh. Liam Hurtley's letters. A stub of bond certificates found in the cabin proves that certificates for the companies listed in Nelligan's notebook had once been there. So this and the missing papers is not anything. That's nothing either. That's nothing either. That's something. Nelligan was looking for his father's papers inside Black Peter's cabin, and it explains his presence at the scene of the murder. Stolen valuables. John Nelligan is a victim of circumstance. He does not fit the portrait of the murderer, either by physical or psychological description. Aha! So we've proven Nelligan's innocence. Oh, God. Holmes, why?
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Good Toby.
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
Quite, Watson. Quite. Back to the yard. So I now have his boots and...
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
Quite.
Please escort this suspect.
Except you did
for
break and enter.
interrogation.
That is still against the law.
Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
Bullshit.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
But it does make you a suspect for being there.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
A gardener.
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
Your hands.
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged to your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
What did you
So
hide?
tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
Your letter.
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one, but it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that,
You
Mr. Hurtley.
hide your tools?
That's all for now.
From
Hurtley's
yourself?
stories are false leads. But now I know one thing for certain. I must examine the site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
Huh. Why would you hide your own tools if you're a gardener?